If you're enjoying Pigoted Podcast, why not sign up to our Patreon? You can get access to loads of extra stuff. You get access to extra episodes every single week. You get access to giveaways that we do. We've done giveaways on rum, giveaways on NFTs, loads of sponsorship stuff. You get access to the Discord community. You get early access on episodes that are being released. You get to ask questions to our guests. There's loads of extra stuff that you get, and it starts from just £1 a week, £4 a month. Think about it this way. Would you miss an episode of Pigoted if we didn't release one? Yeah? Well, would you miss £1 if it went out of your bank account? No? Well then, get yourself signed up to our Patreon, because by supporting the podcast, you're helping to make it possible. You're helping to pay for all of the recording space and all of the equipment. So please, if you do enjoy the podcast, check out the Patreon. You get loads of extra benefits, and a big thank you from me. Enjoy the podcast. This week's podcast is brought to you by Window World. Window World are the home of rock bottom prices on all of your UPVC windows, doors and conservatories. Right now they're doing a very special deal where you can get 8 windows and 2 doors for only £2,495. So if you're thinking about getting new windows or doors, if you want to upgrade yourself for 2022, then get yourself down to windowworldupvc.co.uk or give them a call on 0151 531 0056. That's Window World, the home of great quality windows and doors. Welcome to Pigoted Podcast. Joining us today is comedian Rob Thomas.
With your eyes when you said comedian.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't believe it, you prick.
I almost said taxi driver. I almost started.
I can see it, those gears going.
And then I thought, do you know what? If I start off by being a prick, then I can't. I can't in good conscience, if he's a prick, be like, don't be a prick, because I started out on the wrong footing. So I was like, I'm the adult here, comedian, Rob Mull.
Use his correct title.
All of that went through my head in 0.6 of a second.
And I could see it in your eyes. I could see in your eyes you going, what are we doing?
I had so much going on that I was like, I couldn't be bothered hiding it. I was just like, comedian. Joining us today, edit that out. Welcome to Pigoted Podcast. Joining us today is taxi driver Rob Mulholland. Rob Mulholland. Fuck!
He should be a taxi driver. That's subconscious speaking.
Should he? Fuck! He's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, it is uncomfortable.
Yeah, I got a lift back from my night out off Slender Man. Not a chance. Also, co-host, I should say, of the podcast. Another one.
Yeah, another one podcast. Me and Simon Wozniak.
Yeah, so cool because people listened to Have a Word and people went, imagine what it'd be like if there was another one. And then you got it on.
That's literally the joke, yeah. That's literally why we call it that.
Is it?
Yeah, because...
that's great.
What should we call it? Because it's just the fucking another one, isn't it? It's another thing for people to just fucking get on.
I thought that's actually really clever then. I thought that it was like, what was that thing? There was like a meme, like, and another one. And another one.
Yeah, we have that in Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
We have that in, but it's called it because it's just a fucking another thing for people to get onto.
Yeah. Do you do another one as well, Far From Lombardy?
That's gone now.
Is it gone? Are you finished?
Yeah. It might come back next year, but I think it's finished.
Well, the Super Bowl season famously ended very recently, didn't it? I'm saying recently, like it wasn't a couple of days. Yeah, I'm trying not to put specific times in because this is going to get...
right.
Yeah. I try and record a couple of weeks in advance, you see.
Oh, we do 6 weeks in advance.
Do you?
Yeah, it's because you never know, do you?
You never know. That's exactly it.
What's going to come off?
What did you think? I watched it with Alfie Brown, and he
fell asleep.
Yeah, he fell asleep, but he's also the best person to watch the Super Bowl with. I've never laughed in my life.
Just undermined everything.
But he's like a middle-class guy who's looking at this sport that he hasn't really watched before through the lens of a middle-class person, and also he was a bit pissed. So he was like, what is the correct term for a succinct passage of play whereby the person throwing the ball has thrown it to one of the people running and they have successfully completed the particular turn. And I was like...
A catch?
Yeah, like a play or something, or like a catch maybe. And he was like, I see.
That's the word.
Oh, he's absolutely brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant to watch. What did you very quickly make of the Super Bowl?
I had a great time. Good game. It was all right.
Halftime show was fucking...
It was brilliant. I loved it. Yeah.
I think that was the pinnacle of the whole thing for me.
Do you know what? I at first thought it was quite cringe at first.
50 Cent.
So when Fiddy came down and he looked like... honestly, I felt like I heard him wheeze. I felt like he went down the way I get up from a chair. He was like, oh...
God.
You're shorty, it's your birthday. and then Mary J. Blige, it was like, I don't want to see you fucking
when she was
food.
twerking, you're like,
Yeah,
nah.
I don't want to see that.
Sorry, love.
You're someone's mum now. Just
Someone's
don't.
man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Come on, look, put it away.
And I know that people are going to listen to that and go, well, that's very sexist, Freddie. That's very sexist that you're saying that just a woman of a certain age cannot wear certain things and do certain things because you're uncomfortable with the sexualization
We just
of
said
older
about
women.
50 in a vest.
I've just said about 50 in a vest as well. So I'm covering myself.
Yeah.
Both. Basically what it is it's not a gender thing, it's a race thing. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Old white people, do what you want. When Eminem came out, I fucking lost it.
Eminem,
Go on.
Is there anything we know about black people is famously aged terribly, don't we?
Yeah, but overall, I actually quite like it. I got into it like fairly quickly. Do you know what I mean?
What, the show?
Yeah.
I think with anything like that, anything American, especially, you've got to accept what it is and just release your inhibitions a little bit. The British reservedness of this is cringe. You just got to go. You just got to let it go and go.
Let's
right,
be
I'm getting
American.
involved. Yeah, I'm getting going. Woo! Yeah, I'm all
Paint
in.
your face.
For the next 15 minutes, I'm all in. And then
Nobody does a Super Bowl halftime show where they go, how can we do this tactfully? What about guys, hear me out, right? Every year we go bigger and badder and bolder than last year. What about if this year the key theme is subtlety?
Yeah.
It's like
we just don't have a show.
yeah, it's never going to be like one classically trained
I would
woman.
love it to be just Ed Sheeran and his acoustic
just
guitar
in the guitar,
and a spotlight
one
and just
song.
him, just thinking out loud to a stadium.
Yeah. That would be so
Get
funny.
booed off so
That
quick.
would be so funny. Or it was like someone fucking reading a poem or something like that. It was just it was a really good poem, but they went on and just read it and then they left, and then that was the
They just walked on, stopped, read
John
the poem.
Clark, just in his Sheffield.
Yeah. And also, the second voice that you can hear is our crypto NFT expert, Kram of Kram Visuals.
Well, hello there. Hello.
Kram
hello.
Visuals, what's that?
That's his company.
The company, yeah. It's my name, my pseudonym. Unfortunately, right, I'll give you one more guess. Kram Visuals.
Yeah, so what do you do? Like?
Everything visually. Everything. Photos, videos.
You might have to come closer to that, Mike.
Photos, videos,
Like a
animations.
digital-
Just a digital marketing kind
Right.
of whiz kid, yeah.
Sound.
And we are going to be talking about cryptocurrency today.
Can't wait.
Are you?
As if I don't talk about it enough every fucking day.
Do you talk about it loads?
Oh, just all my mates are into it. It's fucking bullshit, isn't it?
Well, I kind of think that it's half bullshit. So I think half of it's bullshit and half of it is dead on. So
It's make-believe goth money.
what? Sorry,
It's make-believe goth money. It's exactly what it is.
goth money.
Stocks for poor people, that's what it is.
Well, I mean, stocks for poor people would be penny stocks, wouldn't
Yeah,
they?
we don't have penny stocks over
And
here, do
that's,
we? It's in America.
Well, you can
Do
still-
you know what penny stocks are?
Yeah, I know what pink slips in there are. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Wolf of Wall Street.
We've all
shit,
seen
innit?
Wolf of Wall Street,
Yeah,
yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sell me this pen.
But somebody is getting, like, people are getting rich off this. But I do think that the money is to be made in starting your own coin, getting hype behind it, getting idiots to go, oh, well, this is called to the moon coin, and I want to go to the moon because...
If you're an influencer, there's money to be made.
Of
isn't it?
course, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this stock, this is boss. Like, watch me sell it all now and then.
Yeah.
Watch it, it's just bullshit.
Shilling
So
it
if
to
you
The
the
fact
were-
that that's like
If you had,
an
let's
opportunity
say...
for people is ridiculous. It's like imagine Elon Musk going, "Hey, the euro's great. Go and buy it all."
Everyone going buy the euro.
And then
Going to
like
buy euros.
well, some Spanish fella there just selling euros.
Senor Musk do great job for country.
just fucking bullshit.
I buy children in Pedro and Juanita, big house in countryside. Everyone's living in the fucking castle from Encanto.
We don't talk about Elon.
That's a fucking banger. I watched Encanto recently a couple of months ago. That's why the reference is knocking about in my head.
I think I've seen it every day since it's come out.
Well, you've got children, haven't you?
Got one child, yeah, and I'm a Disney. I love Disney myself.
How old's your kid?
16 months.
Oh, right. So the kid's too young to understand the...
oh, yeah, I just bang Disney songs on and we just bounce around the living room.
Both of you together.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
I bet you look like a science experiment about atoms and electrons.
Come on, can you dance to this song?
No, because it's either that or nursery rhymes or Coco Melon, and I don't want to kill myself, so
yeah.
I just bang Disney on instead.
David Attenborough's the next option there, throw some...
I don't like David Attenborough.
I wasn't...
Don't care about animals. I think honestly, it doesn't bother me.
Have you seen... Yeah, I'm not asked about it at all either. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know when people are like, oh, I love watching Blue Planet or whatever. Oh, I love watching Life 2.0 or whatever. And David Attenborough's like, the fucking... Some animal that you've never heard of. The blue-tailed Madagascan worm hibernates for 23 and a half hours a day.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't care.
I'm
literally...
Tell me more, though.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, no, I'm like, don't care.
Like,
There's a worm that lives underground, and I'm
clip?
not asked about it.
Do you know that clip of the lizard like trying to run through the sand that went proper viral?
Yeah.
Past all the snakes. I was there just rooting for the snakes. Like,
Was you
just
actually?
yeah, because why not?
Oh, same.
That's the circle of life, mate.
Same.
It's the circle.
Evil man.
It's like, you know what? Fuck that man for having the kids.
Rob,
the other side of a fucking sandpit full of snakes. The fucking idiot.
Rob was in his house with his kid chanting, defense, defense. Come on, get the running game down. Come on, tackle.
Yeah, an in-play bet on the
Yeah,
snakes.
Alfie was messaging me, what is the name for the passage when the lizard is born through to the completion onto the rock? I believe that's called getting fucked up.
Like any given
life.
Sunday, life inch by inch.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it at all.
I believe that.
So he thinks crypto's bollocks. I'm teetering on the edge. I'm going to go ahead and say that you probably don't think crypto's bollocks.
I mean, no, I actually don't.
Because
How much crypto have you got?
Fair bit, like.
And how many things?
It's like asking a woman her age.
Why are you asking me that so personal? Do you want to know my blood type as
How
well?
how many things you bought with it?
Fair few.
What have you bought with the crypto?
What categorising things? Like, I haven't bought like an escort.
Anything that you can hold in your hand.
Any enough. Oh, right.
What physical thing have you bought with
What
crypto?
physical thing have I bought with crypto? I've cashed crypto out and bought physical
So
things.
nothing then.
Not with crypto.
So
just,
nothing.
Yeah.
So it's bullshit then, isn't it?
Depends if you
well,
class the dark
It's like
web.
me saying,
Bitcoin
I sold me
spending.
Pokemon cards and bought a car. It's just fucking bullshit, isn't it?
It's not really.
Oh,
You went down on the car with sales and blasters.
I've got a Pikachu shiny and now I've got a Lecky scooter. It's like,
You've gone up in the world.
to be fair, if you are going to buy a Lecky scooter with any Pokemon, it's got to be a Pikachu shiny, hasn't it?
Can I trade this in, please? Yeah,
Yeah.
mate, got lucky things there.
Yeah, mate, I'm keeping on the whole fucking...
On the theme.
Staying electric.
Yeah.
Can I trade this Charizard in for a fire? Ah, mate. Come to the right place here, mate.
I reckon Elon Musk could sell you one of them fire things he does from the boring company for the Charizard card.
Defo. You like that?
He's the kind of fucking weirdo.
Got this for a Charizard. Like,
How much do you love Elon Musk?
I'm not really that big of a fan.
So your definition, your reason that crypto's a scam, I think, is similar to mine, in that no one uses crypto for the purpose of it being a currency.
Yeah.
So the whole
Like
point
peer-to-peer.
with exactly. So
It's just a
cryptocurrency,
game then, isn't it?
crypto's currency is in itself a currency, and in order for a currency to work and have value and meaning, it has to be traded for commerce and for goods and services and
Yeah,
stuff.
so
Nobody is getting an MOT and going, lad, do you accept Ethereum? It's just not happening because
for it to happen.
because
I've got a 16th of Bitcoin here. Can I?
yeah.
Can I throw that
Can you
in?
give me change?
But the reason as well that no one's doing that is because you don't want to be like, oh yeah, I just fucking bought my, got an MOT for 75 quid's worth of
Ethereum.
of
It's gone up now.
Yeah, and then by the time you get home, it costs you $6,000. And you're like,
so it's
fuck,
so it's bullshit.
it's too volatile.
At the moment, it's very volatile because a lot of people are affecting the market. Like you said, Elon Musk, he tweets one thing, like he wakes up in the morning, has a shit, and he's like, Ethereum's amazing, and everyone goes mad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm having a shit today, Bitcoin's not really that good, and everyone's like, oh my God, Bitcoin's
So,
shit.
have you got any yourself, Rob?
No, I refuse to take part in it. It's like Breaking Bad for me. That many people will talk about it now that I flat out refuse to watch.
You've never watched Breaking Bad?
No, because people
what?
mention it to me too many
Can we
times.
change the theme of this
No,
podcast
'cause
now,
people-
just to talk about why he hasn't watched
That's
Breaking
right.
Bad?
I won't buy cryptocurrency because that many people are talking about it. It's ruined for me now.
Wow.
It's like I'm not arsed
So
anymore.
if you were in the 90s now and everyone was going on pecking your head about the internet and how you're going to meet people and buy things off the internet, what would your response be?
I'd be like, nah.
Same
I
response.
just live my life.
And then
I'll crack on until 10 years later.
And then it comes out.
And yet, ironically, was incredibly late to the podcast game. Like that one, you were like, "Fuck it, let's do
wait
it."
till everyone does it.
Eventually, when everyone's doing it, I'll probably get some cryptocurrency. But for now, you're all doing me head in. You're all doing me head in, and I'll just fucking.
So I have a little bit of crypto.
I'll fight against it.
I have a little bit of crypto, so I don't understand it terribly, but I understand it enough to hold a conversation with somebody who also has a basic concept of it. So I'll try and explain as much as I can to you, Rob.
Can either of you explain to me the difference between crypto and buying cards on FIFA's Ultimate Team?
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah.
You tell me.
Can
you
you
tell me
sell
what
me?
makes one better than the other?
Will you sell me your
You can
Ronaldo?
sell- you can though,
Can
yeah.
I cash that FIFA Ultimate Team points into real cash though?
I think you can transfer
here's
FIFA
here's
points
the thing, mate.
like
Here's
peer-to-peer, and
here's
then
the reason why
people get kicked off Xbox and PlayStation for doing that.
Yeah.
For selling
So-
FIFA team
Sell
points.
accounts, don't they? With the
Here's
players
a thing as to why that's the worst analogy of all time. So,
Come on, Freddie.
I mean, and that's from
man
me.
who throws
That's from
analogies.
me who throws them left, right, and centre every fucking day. So, with FIFA Ultimate Team,
Yeah.
you got
Which I've never played, by the way.
Oh well,
I
here
just
we
want
go.
to,
comes with
I just
so
want
much knowledge
to
and
undermine.
Don't
So
even play it.
with
Undermine.
FIFA, every year you have to buy coins to buy players for your Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
And then once FIFA 23 comes out, you
Yeah.
can't take those players and transfer them. You have to start again.
Yeah.
But that just sounds like cryptocurrency. 'cause
No.
my mates have Ethereum, and then a new one comes out, and they go, "Oh, let's get on Dogecoin to the
Yeah,
moon,
that's
but
just-
or Babycoin."
But
or something
when
like
they
that.
do that, the Ethereum doesn't disappear.
No, it loses value.
It doesn't.
No.
The amount of times they've gone, "Oh, that one crashed." It's like, yeah, because you're all just holding on, thinking it's going to be the next Bitcoin, and it's not.
So
Like one time, my mate's gone to me, "I've made 10 grand." It's like, "Have you sold it?" He's like, "No." It's like, "You haven't made nothing."
So let me.
Same with the money in the bank. That money's figments of.
Which no, but I can go and spend that money straight away.
No,
So
of
like-
course, of
but
course,
like,
of course.
like my mate literally I was with him in his bar, and he went, "Made 10 grand today." I was like, "Have you sold it?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Well, you haven't made anything," and that 10 grand is now literally worth 200 quid.
Nice.
So
it's
what
just
I
like-
would say.
I just
It is volatile. Like, it's very
my
volatile.
bank account's never going to be then worth 200 quid if like unless there's a massive spike in the interest
Or
and
inflation
inflation
goes
goes up to like
Inflation's already massively
ridiculously
up
though.
anyway.
Yeah, but ridiculous like that the level for what he's done.
So what I would say is my knowledge of it, and you're probably going to correct me if I'm wrong, is that you can split cryptocurrency into two different camps. You have your main kind of coins, for example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Ripple, I think would be one, and there's probably a couple of others whose names that I can't remember. And then maybe there's 10 real, proper, solid coins that the whole point of them is that they are built on a technology that is better than what came before it. So, for example, with Cardano, that's put on the, it's based with, okay, no, I'll tell you what, a better example would be Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the problem with Bitcoin is when you are doing lots of different transactions and things like that, it can be slow because of the way that it's programmed. But Ethereum went about their business slightly differently, and you can do billions of transactions in the same time it takes Bitcoin to process a few thousand. So on paper, Ethereum would have more uses and be better, which is why it's a genuine, legitimate coin. So there's about 10 of those that just improve on what went previously. And then there are thousands and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of what are commonly referred to as shit coins. Now,
Are these like the ones like Santa Coin?
Yeah.
Come off
Yes.
around Christmas and all
yes.
that?
Shiba.
Now,
So I know Shiba because that's on.
So-
That's what he's
all
got.
my mates
That's the only one
bought.
I've got.
No,
So-
that's what all my mates bought and then fell apart.
So I had some Shiba really early on, and I've actually I'm still in profit from Shiba.
Nice.
So when I decided to invest a little bit into crypto, I decided to put some money into what Paul Blair was banging on about, Safe Moon, which ended up to be a disaster. Which once I looked into it, I was like, I'm not massive on this, but whatever. And then I put some money into what I thought was a really interesting, sustainable project that I was interested in, which was Cardano, which is their whole thing is the
environmentally friendly.
Yeah, environmentally friendly. And I thought, well, with sustainability and stuff like that,
Do your thing for the planet.
I can understand. No, but that's what I was asked about. I was not bothered about making money. I was more bothered about Greta Thunberg.
Save those lizards and snakes.
Yeah. I thought, well, if I don't do my bit, those Blue Planet documentaries might not be a thing in a few years.
Is there a Greta coin?
What, sorry?
Is there a Greta coin?
Not that I've seen. Should be though.
I imagine that will be a
That
thing.
will be somewhere in the depths of the crypto world.
But I also knowingly invested into some shit coin. So
go on, spill.
So I invested into Shiba Inu, and the reason that I invested into them is because it was at the time when Dogecoin, which is probably the biggest shit coin, that went massive, and people were talking about it potentially breaking $1, right?
Yeah.
Now.
Hilarious.
But what I thought is I was like, well, that is the same dog as that, and people will inevitably they'll go, well, I want to get in on this earlier and do that, and that is literally exactly what happened.
Yeah, but I feel like shitcoin, all you're doing is gambling on people's stupidity.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll
tell you what a fantastic thing to gamble on.
It's the best kind of gamble you could ever do.
Yeah, yes, but it's so...
Why bet on a 3-1?
Again, no, it's just bullshit though, innit?
Someone's life getting ruined by a fucking shitcoin.
It's just bullshit though, innit? It's just like you're just gambling against poor people who are thick.
But shitcoin is that's literally quite simply what it is. So, but everyone, I think
my problem is why call it cryptocurrency? Just call it crypto, because it's never going to be a currency.
No, but the majority of them are going to be a currency. So Bitcoin, you can actually
think so?
spend.
You can spend Bitcoin now, can't you?
But you have to understand as well.
But then no one does because everyone's scared that it's going to go up in value.
But you have to
get rid of it, because
you have to understand that in the first few years of any currency, it's going to be fucking mental like this. I bet the first time that they tried to introduce like pound coins and shit, or just coins in general. So in like the fucking whatever AD. Or whatever, and someone was like, "Hey, listen,
bartering.
Listen, I know that previously, every time you made a sword for me, I gave you a go. But fun fact, what we're going to do from now on is every time you make a sword for me, I'm going to give you this little piece of metal that you can use to buy a goat." They'll be like, "Well, why don't you just give me the fucking goat?"
No, wait. You're overcomplicating this.
No, you're gonna honestly, you're gonna love it. You just keep hold of that. And you can carry it around, and you can buy a goat whenever you want. And the guy's like, "Well, give me a fucking goat now. I want one now."
I don't want a goat.
Yeah, but goats are like this one little coin here. I promise. And do you know what they will have said? That blacksmith will have said what you're saying. It'd be like, "I can't do anything with it. It's a piece of metal. At least with a goat,
I can eat it. I can milk it,
feed it, and milk it, and fucking shag it up the arse. But this coin, I can't do anything with." And that's what you're doing now. You're the blacksmith.
Sound, yeah. So it's an honest living. It's a good trade to still be in now because there's so few of them.
Yeah, but there's so much demand
that's
for
so
swords,
niche.
isn't it?
Well, no, blacksmiths actually make an absolute blacksmiths and stone carvers, masonries make an absolute fortune because there's no one left to do
I think as well, like, wouldn't there be a painting restoration that'd be up there as well?
Probably, yeah. Like,
I'm going to get out of crypto.
You just fight against it until you're the only one, and then when people realise, shit, we've got no one who can actually do this thing.
We need this guy.
Yeah, that's
the painting restoration thing though. Takes years. So quite often people are working for years.
So couldn't just jump from painting by numbers.
Sorry,
couldn't just jump from painting by numbers to
No,
rethink that.
No, you absolutely not.
Hackney's is going to go the same way. That's why people keep arguing me saying
what
taxi driving's going to be obsolete soon. With self-driving cars and all that. Yeah. Hackney's are going to be a massive niche because there's so many people who are disabled or with prams and that it becomes such a niche market that the cost of them will go.
We'll miss that interaction as well of actually getting in the car with someone going.
Oh no,
being on long, mate.
I'll be honest, mate.
I
would happily get rid of every taxi driver tomorrow like that.
Yeah, honestly, that's the way it'll go. It'll go self-driving cars and stuff, and then Hackney's will become like the niche sort of like.
I had to get a taxi for Ralphie at the Super Bowl, right? Now, after the Super Bowl, I understand that it's 3:00 in the morning and it's on the outskirts of Preston. So I am
it's Sunday.
And it's Sunday, but it's also the Super Bowl. But I'm understanding that
you're not in the US.
I am not expecting.
A mass surge of people.
I'm not expecting Uber level services. I understand this, right? So I ring up some taxi companies. They're just not answering their phones.
They're watching the Super Bowl. Yeah,
because they're not there, but they haven't updated on their website that they're not there because they are lazy fuckers.
You know what it is? It's because there's no drivers out.
I got through.
So there's no point answering the phone because there's no one working.
So I got through to one person.
So there'll be somebody in the office, but they just won't answer the phone because there's about time the other same conversation. I've got no one working, and then someone like you would go, "What do you mean you've got no one working?" It's like, well, I can't control people.
So
they don't want to come out to work. So
no, it's because I understand that, and I go, fair enough, right? But here's the thing, right? So I ring this one taxi company in Preston. And they go, I say, how much is it? And the bloke goes, 70 quid. Now, we checked on Uber before when there were Ubers around.
Yeah.
And Uber was saying 45. So
where's this going back to?
Liverpool.
Okay.
So they've pretty much nearly doubled it, right? Which is,
Preston to Liverpool, you're talking a minimum 50 odd quid.
No, but it's
and
much,
3 o'clock on a Sunday night.
It's much older to Liverpool. So
right,
sounds
yeah.
So it's further that way.
It's about 45, yeah. 50
if you were saying 50 quid, I'd go, 70 is a bit of a piss take. But anyway, right? I spoke to Alfie, he was like, fine, I'll take it. Dude said, it'll be half an hour though. Said, don't worry about it. No worries. Okay. And you can tell by the way, when I'm speaking to him on the phone that I'm not pissed. So I'm not like, I need, I'm speaking like I'm speaking now. So anyway, half an hour comes and goes and nobody comes. And I'm like, well, that's a bit, like usually I give it 45 minutes, but I was like, they're coming out to me. So I ring him back, and the bloke went, he goes, you've not paid the deposit. And I went, what? He goes, yeah, we need payment up front. And so we sent you a message, and you've not paid it, so we've not sent anyone out. And I said, you've not sent anything. And he went, oh, has it not come through? I went, no. I said, and also, you didn't tell me about it on the phone. How would I just know that information, mate? How would I just... It's half an hour now. How would I just know? And he went, right, well, do you still want the taxi? I went, yes, I still want the taxi.
We've not moved, mate.
You fucking anus. So can you please send it? So he goes, right, okay, send me the fucking sum up thing. I pay the 70 quid.
Joking.
And then I ring him back and I go, is someone coming? And he went, yeah, I'll send someone out, but it'll be another half an hour. I was like, you know what I mean?
Your 70 abs and wins. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Go back to bed.
It's absolute. I mean, that is dreadful. Like
that's why Uber exists, though. Because
that's why Uber exists. So I actually don't mind paying a little bit more. So let's say, for example, there was like that Addison fucking Ray. They do well, don't they?
Addison Lee.
Addison Ray's an influencer. Addison Lee.
Addison Ray's got an OnlyFans. I think that's why.
That's where his mind went.
Yeah.
Where have I seen that name before?
That's what I do. I sign up to Addison Ray's OnlyFans and I go,
Where's me
can you get to Preston City Centre in 20?
Within half an hour.
Go into the Revolutions, please. And then she uploads something fingering herself. And
I'm like, that taxi's not coming then, is it?
That'll do.
Yeah. Something's coming, but not me taxi.
Yeah. But yeah, I would rather pay more for a service where people weren't
professional,
massive fucking super cunts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, back to fucking crypto. What crypto have you invested in?
So I'm currently holding Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, and ICP, which is a new one. I recently got involved in.
So what I
recently got involved in.
Yeah.
You say that like you're talking to the big bosses who make the coin.
Yeah,
what you mean is, I've bought some ICP.
No, well, yeah, and
how involved are you in ICP?
I'm very much involved in ICP.
Do you go to shareholder meetings?
I am with the guys. I've got the t-shirts, I've got the caps. I'm more involved in the ICP now with the NFT side of things than I am with the Ethereum.
So what is ICP?
ICP is Internet Computer Protocol, and it's a massive new crypto coin. Massive blockchain.
So do you know the people who made this?
I know of them, yeah.
That's why you're selling this.
Yeah.
This is not a plug.
Yeah.
This is not a shameful plug. No.
So why did you
What are you wearing underneath that hoodie? I think ICP.
Why did you decide to get involved with ICP?
So with Ethereum, obviously, there's a lot of things that people don't see. So everyone sees the NFTs, everyone sees all this Shapaz and whatever else. Oh, you can buy an NFT
people
with
might
Ethereum.
not know this, so let's just scale back a little bit. So people will have heard of NFTs, and if you want to learn more about NFTs, check out our NFT podcast with Kram.
With this guy.
And you'll learn all about it.
What a guy.
But
I actually understand NFTs. I think they're legitimate.
really,
Oh.
Yeah, well, because you're owning something, aren't you? Like,
So, but you
you're
don't own
owning that code.
cryptocurrency though.
No, because again, you're calling it currency. It's not currency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get where you're coming from there. Like,
Like stop making out like, oh, it's internet currency. It's not. No one really wants to take it yet. And no one wants to give it away because you're all just playing this stupid game of chicken.
Yeah.
Who's going to sell it, when's going to sell it. It's like, it's just...
but what's the definition of currency to you? Is the definition of currency something what people buy and sell?
No, because you have, like you just said, you got to be able to trade for commerce and sort of thing. I can't get a plaster down to mine and offer them an eighth of the Bitcoin to come and plaster me out.
Bet you can.
You're not asking the right plasters.
Yeah.
I bet you can.
Yeah.
I bet you can find one plasterer.
Yeah,
within
one.
yeah,
That's what I'm about.
But that's
one.
just now, though.
I can find one plaster who come for a wank.
Okay.
So
That is a fair point.
So is sexual favours not currency?
I wouldn't say class them as currency now, but sexual favours are back in the day of you do me a favour, I'll do you a favour sort of thing. That
You wank me off, I wank you off. We're all wanked off. Happy days.
Did you read about that woman who was trying to sell a Liverpool ticket for the match, and some guy said no, she was trying to buy a Liverpool ticket for her and her boyfriend, 2 tickets, and a guy messaged her on Twitter and said, "You can have them if I can have 30 minutes with you in a hotel room," and it's made national news and stuff
Did she
like
say
that.
yeah?
What? No, she's like, I am outraged.
The boyfriend was going,
I am outraged at the world.
What are the seats like?
What game was it?
Can we meet
I
Klopp?
think it was like Liverpool versus someone half decent.
Oh.
Like it was somebody good.
He's going to stick in your bum and we're
Half
going to
an
get
hour.
box seats.
I think
I'm putting the value because I go to Liverpool games, so I know the value of the tickets.
you put half
And
an
I'm
hour?
thinking like, well, if someone's once offered me £6 the ticket for a United game before, I'm like, I'm not paying £6 for half an hour with anyone's bed. Like,
That
you
was
can
good
fuck
already.
off sort of thing. Whereas someone offered me 10 grand for my Real Madrid ticket. It's like, yeah, well,
did someone offer you 10 grand for the Real Madrid ticket?
yeah.
Did you sell?
No.
I
You
did.
just went there and just wanked off to Liverpool.
Well, it's memory. Something you can never.
Yeah,
you
that's
can
true.
never.
You can make 10 grand again, can't you? You can't really go back to Real
I've
Madrid.
got opportunities to make 10 grand. I've got opportunities to go and see Liverpool win the Champions League over again.
That's out of your control, isn't it?
It's,
I just sold it.
yeah, because
I would sell
you're a minge though.
Yeah, but I also
would've sold it and
don't.
watched
I
it on
also
TV.
I also don't support Liverpool,
Oh, no.
so I'd only be going. I'd only be going specifically to try and
Just
watch
go in
them
there, just
lose.
stand in the car like, fuck Liverpool.
Yeah, yeah.
You do that though. You,
Come on, Madrid.
Getting my laser pointer in fucking Karius's face.
Fuck you, you knobhead.
Fuck off.
yeah, but life's about experiences, isn't it? So I'd rather have the
But you could get
experience.
10 grand and buy a load of experiences.
Ironically,
you can do, yeah, you can do, but then
die
it's how much I value one night with loads of brasses versus one night with Liverpool in the Champions League.
Depends how good the brasses are.
I don't know.
Ironically,
Or you
life's
could watch-
about experiences is what that fucking woman's is. Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is I don't think you can turn around and say cryptocurrency isn't currency because no one's using it as currency yet.
Well,
The whole-
well, it is though. That's until people are
But
using
we're
it as
using
currency.
it peer-to-peer though. Bitcoin's been on the black
Yeah,
market, on the dark web for years.
LimeWire was peer to peer, wasn't it? So like,
R.I.P. LimeWire.
All right,
fucking hell, sending me Bitcoin, a load of malware, a load of pop-ups.
Local singles in your fucking see.
Do you remember what preceded LimeWire? Do you remember Napster and WinMX?
I remember Napster.
Do you not remember WinMX?
No.
WinMX was like
I don't do WinMX.
a previous
I
of Napster.
Okay.
WinMX was like the first. People think Napster's the first, but it was WinMX for ages as well.
Right.
BitTorrent was.
BitTorrent
BitTorrent was
Pirate
yeah.
Pirate Bay. Rest in peace, Pirate Bay.
My mate used to try explaining this to a fucking teenager nowadays, right? My mate used to get Pirate Bay torrents of Lost, burn them onto DVDs,
Yeah.
and sell them on eBay.
The OGs.
Yeah.
And
The ultimate pirates back in the day.
and people can't wrap their head around why that's a thing.
We
Yeah.
all had one of them guys, and by man, on in Highton, we had this one guy, and he'd go the pictures every single day as soon as a new film, and film it with his little handy cam shaking.
Yeah.
And he'd make multiple VHS copies,
Yeah.
and you'd go and knock at his house, and you'd say, "What have you got in your collection?" And he'd just bring out.
Everyone had that corner shop, didn't they?
Yeah.
Everyone had that corner shop.
Icy fella who fridge was just full of DVDs.
DVDs and loose ciggies.
Yeah.
It's fucking funny though.
Where have they gone?
Mate, it's
Now they're legit.
That's the problem. The internet's put them out of business.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Pull up with a Netflix
Exactly.
on his TV? Do you want to just watch Netflix?
Do you know what I was explaining to somebody the other
Well,
day?
they're all selling IPTV now, them fellas, aren't they?
Do you know what I was explaining to somebody the other day who is 18 years old, right? They didn't know what love film was.
Oh my god.
So in
Yes.
their head, in their life, it went from like watching TV to having Netflix. They didn't
No in
have
round,
that 2 year in between where there was a better option than Blockbuster, but there wasn't as good an option as Netflix.
Yeah.
And I had to explain to them, they were like, oh, so it was just like Netflix. I was like, no. So
Well, it was, but it wasn't.
I had to explain to them that what happened was that you had to put films on a wish list and then they would post out a DVD to you randomly.
Right, one of them.
Well, I remember when Blockbuster was going out of business because Netflix just started putting machines in shops.
Yeah.
You used to be able to go to the shop and just get a machine out like an ATM, get a DVD out.
Yeah. Netflix and go, oh, so I'm going home.
Although I'll tell you what, how fucking annoying was it when you used, because I used to use Love Film, how annoying was it when you'd watch a film, then you'd send it back, and you'd forget to take it off your fucking wish list again, and then it'd send it out again, and you'd be like,
is this the sequel? No.
See, I never used Love Film.
No.
Well, I just had the film, the pub selling DVDs.
But we had the games part of it was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm
the
not a
games
gamer,
part
I'm not
of
a
it was
gamer,
literally,
so.
it was so good. Complete the game within a week, send it back. Yes. We're buying them. Fuck that. Sweating my head off as a teenager.
Well, I think genuinely that the way that we're talking about this now is how people will talk about fucking pounds and shit in 50 years.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got no doubt that that's the way it's going. But I just think all this Bitcoin, all that, it's all just, what will happen is the government, centralised government, will invent its own form of coin.
That's going to happen.
And that's what's going to be the currency then.
Aren't China doing that already?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
NFTs as well, and then Russia.
You know, China had Uber before Uber existed.
Yeah, they have their own thing called
they had their own version.
What?
Tuba.
No, like Uber has never worked in China because it already existed. And
I've watched the same video as you on YouTube.
I wasn't in the video. This is just taxi talk.
Oh, is it?
Someone just told me this between another, and like Uber spent billions trying to break it, and every time Uber lowered the price, the Chinese company just lowered the price as well.
So here's a thing as well with it is that Google Maps in China is notoriously shit, like phenomenally unreliable.
It tries its best, but it's not.
But so the thing
because they don't let it into
the thing with
the
thing with China is that it's a massive market, and loads of Western companies go over there and they all fail because it's
got no copyright.
It's a market with its own idiosyncrasies and its own things that. Unless you're Chinese, unless you're in that culture, you don't even think about understanding. So you wouldn't think Google Maps doesn't work over there, but by the time it's launched out, it's notoriously shit.
It's just like, there could be this left coming up, but it might also be the right.
So they have quite a lot over there about what is it? Oh, what is it fucking called? They have a thing over there. WeChat.
WeChat.
And they use that as a way of sending money to each other in a really easy, comfortable sort of way.
WhatsApp, isn't it?
It's like a WhatsApp, but you can, let's say I owe you a $5, I can literally touch your phone on WeChat, you touch mine, and immediately a $5 in your account. Yeah. And that's so ingrained within a young millennial's day to day that they would use that for everything. Yeah. Uber didn't have a system in place for that.
Right, yeah.
So it was like, imagine now if you launched your own rival to Uber in the UK, but it was, it ran off fucking Bing Maps and it was cash only. People would be like, what? what are you fucking doing?
The whole cash only thing's funny as well, because the people who use taxis where I'm from, like in like sort of Sefton and Bootle, the idea that you can only use your card is just so funny. There's drivers who are refusing to get card machines, and then you got like millennials who just expect it. Not, they don't even know what's the one who get in and just expect everyone to have a card machine sort of thing. Gen Z. And the arguments that they have, and it's just funny sitting there laughing, going, just stop fighting it.
To be fair, if you're a taxi driver, that doesn't have a card machine,
less-
I
obviously
think
less.
that is you being a stupid person.
No, because like again, though, it's a very as you're saying about China, it's a very small, like little market, like the Hackney market in Sefton, because it's not Liverpool city centre.
Yeah.
I understand that argument. Liverpool, you got loads of tourists now. It is literally the same people getting your taxi every single day, and it always has been, and it's always that little tiny, just over and over again. You're basically getting smackheads and piss heads, our elderly people and mums with prams, and that's it.
But also as well, I guess that part of the reason that you don't want to tax a card machine is
tax,
because
Tax.
oh
Declare less.
yeah, and also as well. There isn't as many people going. There's a tenner there, mate.
Yeah,
just keep it.
Just keep the change. Yeah,
Yeah, you get less tips on card.
Yeah, because who the hell is
people round up? People do round up.
Do they? Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't. You just. But
I'm guilty of never doing that.
Yeah.
If I've ever paid card, you never had a tip, even on Uber.
Rob, if you lean on this table anymore, I think it's going to go out the door.
Look, sliding away.
making myself comfortable.
It's going out the door. I'm watching him lean on the table. I'm like, I'm going to lose me fucking table. I built that.
A mobile podcast. Come with us.
You
as we
built
go
it. That's
outside.
probably why.
Oh yeah, it's shaky as fuck. I built it, and there's two sort of supporting brackets that are meant to go in between the sides of it, and I just couldn't be arsed putting them
I
on.
love the gaffer tape here. You can't see on the camera, but there's some
Yeah,
supports with the
yeah,
gaffer
gaffer
tape.
tape.
Rather than actually putting the bracket on,
No, it's just like, fuck
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and it's worked for every guest so far.
Well,
Up until Big Bobby T came on.
I expected some level of professionalism, and that's my fault.
no
Well,
health and safety in here at all.
I mean,
Right. So what is getting back to cryptocurrency? What's the end game then?
the end game is obviously having a world where cryptocurrency is just accepted.
Yeah, but as you just said, then the likelihood is that centralised government is probably going to end up
Making
creating their own,
yeah.
and that's the one that we're all going
to
have to use. So what are you all going to? So your Ethereum,
How
your
different-
Bitcoins, your stuff
how
like
different
that.
is a government
What's your
coin?
end games with them now?
Well, our difference is a government coin that's not backed by anything. The same way the central bankings work, they're not backed by gold or anything.
Not
They used to
anymore,
be-
no.
Not anymore. So what's to say that the central government doesn't bring out another shit coin that's backed by nothing with a shit market cap and a circulation of 645 billion.
But the
coins.
thing is, Kram, is I would buy the official cryptocurrency
Oh,
of the United States.
100%.
I would not buy the official cryptocurrency of Liberia. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I
Like,
wonder if I was going to Liberia.
would you?
Well, that's the only thing you can spend in Liberia.
No, but the whole thing would be that you don't do that anymore.
Again, though, this is you're saying. This is just your dream.
No,
It's
no,
not exactly
the
going to
way it's
happen.
No,
going.
but
This
No,
is
no,
the-
you're talking about if American corporations decide that they're only accepting one cryptocurrency and it's the official cryptocurrency of America, and then that's what you've got to trade in.
Yeah.
Then that's just what you're going to have to buy.
Of course.
So what's the end game
It
of
would-
Bitcoin and Ethereum? It's like you're having a big game of chicken with governments.
What's the
No, but
difference between gold and
no.
silver?
What?
What's the difference between gold and silver?
The one's more valuable than the other.
Same with the coins.
Yeah, but the thing with gold and silver again.
But who's-
I can't
who's
go and buy
determined-
stuff with
no,
it,
but
can I?
who's determined the value of the gold and silver?
Gold and silver isn't really currency anymore, is it? It's
But
just
a
precious
ba-
metal.
But it is still a currency. People
But it's,
still hold it. People still.
yeah, but people don't really. People don't really.
No one's
you
going
can't
out
go
with
into
a gold
shop and
and
yeah.
getting
Well, that's what I'm
gold,
saying.
fella,
So
yeah.
what is the end goal with every all the cryptocurrency that you have?
Yeah.
What do you think is the end goal? Where do you think it's going to go?
mass adoption from the general.
And you think it's
person.
going to go from mass adoption to the ones that currently exist?
Yeah.
You don't think it might be like
There will be other ones that are
the Illuminati is going to take over that
The
shit?
Illuminati probably already controls it. It's one of
Exactly,
those
and
things, but we don't know.
eventually they're going to centralise government. It's going to make its own, and we're just going to have to do that.
And that's fine. But in the meantime, I'm going to make money doing it until that happens.
No, I'm not knocking that, but then so it's not really.
But the thing is, though, is right now, I don't understand what you're saying, really, Rob, because right now, if you go to, let's say you go to Poland,
Yeah.
right, and at the moment, the
Or
money...
Dansk, or whatever it's called.
What, sorry?
Or you'll get Dansk or something.
Zloty.
Zloty.
So let's say you go to Poland.
Yeah.
The money in your bank account right now
Yeah.
is in pounds.
Yes.
Right? You don't ring the bank and go, excuse me, NatWest, I'm going to go Poland, so could you turn this into Zloty for 2 weeks? Because that's
When
what
you
they
make a
expect.
transaction, that's what they do, though, isn't it?
Exactly.
They convert the value of
and
it. Yeah.
that's what would happen with Bitcoin. So, sorry, with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrency. So,
Do you not think eventually it'd be like the same way they tried to do with the euro sort of thing in Europe? That'll just eventually be worldwide. There'll be one currency for the whole world.
But they've got different usages. They've got different utilities. Each coin's got a different utility.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's what
let's
I'm saying.
talk about-
I'm saying the coin that we're all going to eventually use doesn't exist.
Let's talk
That's
about
my
that.
feelings.
So it's got to be a government.
Let's
coin,
talk about that
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
briefly then, different utilities. So what sort of coins have different utilities?
So, like, for example, you've got Bitcoin, which has got no utility other than peer-to-peer. So it's just the original.
And when you talk about peer-to-peer, it's you
just
send it me,
paying
I
you.
send it
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, it's just like a bank transfer.
It's an easy way of doing it.
Yeah.
So right now, if you have to send money to fucking Jamaica or something like that, then you have to go to Western Union,
send
and
it
then
over.
and they charge like 20%
Yeah.
or whatever, and they fuck you in the ass
Yeah,
because they know that you ain't going to get a flight to Jamaica with an envelope and give it to
You're not going to
fucking.
use the Royal
Yeah,
Mail,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, so peer-to-peer is Bitcoin. What else?
So then you've got Ethereum, which obviously on this blockchain you can store data. You can run NFTs.
So Ethereum is the not only is it the cryptocurrency, it is a platform in its own right.
You've got to think of it as a decentralized application, not a blockchain. It's a place where you can run other programs on it. You can store information. You can do different utilities on there, which allows obviously more utility.
So it's like a little ecosystem.
Yeah.
When you say run NFTs from there, do you mean as in like you can put NFTs on there and a certain value on them? Yeah. So someone can just someone could come and go, I want an NFT.
Yeah, and they have to then use the Ethereum
So,
value for that. And obviously, the way NFTs work, they've got their own value, depending on their own little ecosystem and stuff like that. But in Ethereum, obviously, there is other currencies that do
There's
NFTs
currencies as well that are marketing themselves specifically for one particular niche. So, for example, there is a cryptocurrency whose name escapes me. Whose name escapes me. That is marketed solely at the gaming industry.
So you've got mana or sand.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, and their whole thing is that we are going to make a coin that's whole utility is specifically around all the things that the gaming industry might want. There's a similar one with the adult entertainment industry where they go, this is fucking...
Of course there is.
Yeah, the titty coin.
Fanny coin.
Fanny coin. Oh, I've got a load of fanny coin.
Yeah, exactly.
What can you buy with it? Well, the title
how much fanny coin can I get for them Liverpool tickets? But
I think
yeah,
we missed a trick, not calling it click coin, didn't we?
Double C. I've got a load of them double C's.
but yeah, and the whole thing is that it is a coin that is built for specifically for the needs and wants of the people that work in that industry. Now, for example, could you imagine, Rob, if they made a coin called Taxi Coin and it was specific currency that worked for taxi drivers? So let's say it was a special coin where...
Your own little special coin.
Your own little special coin where it could be done really simply. It could fluctuate depending on...
use of taxis.
You could offer like surge, like Uber offers.
Yeah.
You could even like secretly store 20% away so you don't have to pay tax on it. And you could do all the things that a taxi driver would want to do with currency. Would that not appeal to you?
Yeah, of course. But then, what are you
talking about?
At what point do I then use? At what point do I then convert that into something that I can go to shop with?
Happens straight away. Happens
instantly.
instantaneously, like it does. Like it does with every currency. So at the moment, think about it this way, right? At the moment, you have just shut up a second because I reckon that I've got you here.
You haven't.
At the moment, we have lots of different currencies, depending on what.
And where you are.
Brilliant. On country,
location,
depending on country. Now, that doesn't really make any sense. Why should the currency of Japan be any different than the currency of England or Spain or
the value
whatever?
of bread in Japan is different from the value of bread in
Sure,
England.
but that's not based on the currency. If you had one currency, you could change...
you can change the value.
Totally.
Yeah.
So if you're going to have different currencies, why not, instead of doing it by country, why not do it by utility? Why not have a different currency? Why not have money that behaves in a different way for different things?
Again, though, we'd still need one central currency to how we purchasing things from Tesco.
You wouldn't. You'd go, I'm going to trade.
So all the money I make, all the money I make from,
coins.
well, that's what I mean. All the money I make from taxi coins, I've then got to convert to Tesco coins.
Yeah, but you
to go and buy some stuff from Tesco.
No, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything at all. And in fact, to you.
How do I know how much I've got?
So to the
Rob.
So here's the thing: is to the to the Rob Thomas, right? It would be just one coin, and for the sake of it, let's call it
Big Bobby T coin.
Big T coin, right?
T-coin.
So you got T-coin. Be careful about this because the last time I named something, I ended up doing 300 fucking NFTs of pictures of dicks. So T-coin, right?
Yeah.
But and that's how it looks to you. I've got this many T-coins.
Yeah.
But underneath that, there's loads of different types of coin that are all interacting with one another, that are all doing different things.
Yeah.
So that's how it could be.
But then, so I wouldn't understand that. How would I know the value of what I've got?
It's your T-coin.
Yeah, but how am I going to know? You just said everything's changing, the values are changing, the surge price in all sorts. So I'm not going to know if I don't know the price. The price of a loaf of bread.
It does it all.
Yeah, but so I go and buy a loaf of bread, and that's out, and that's
but you
what.
You could pay one T-coin today, and then tomorrow your T-coin could have gone up in value.
No. But we're talking about
which will be the problem.
No, we're talking about because the reason at the moment for market volatility is because everyone holds and nobody spends.
Yeah.
So that's the reason that it goes up and down, up and down. I'm talking 100 years from now when this is the one currency of everybody. And so there's not that same market fluctuation because this is the currency that everyone uses. And at the top level, the level that you see in your wallet, it's T-coin. But the way that it works is...
So I'm going to have T-coin in my wallet, or are you going to have in your wallet?
T-coin.
T-coin.
Everyone has T-coin.
Well, you said taxi coin?
Right, okay. So, are you doing this on purpose to wind me up?
No.
Right, so think about it this way. You've got T-coin, which is Big Bobby T-coin. Everyone in the whole world uses T-coin.
Sounds sensible.
But once you lift up the hood of T-coin, what you actually see are loads of different coin currencies that are all working in their own little ecosystem. So, for example, when you're a taxi driver, they have their own little currency that does their own thing. When you're, gaming, they have their own little currency that does their own thing. And all of those currencies interact and talk with each other and exchange with each other on a level that you don't have to bother seeing. You don't have to worry about it. You get all the benefits from it, but you don't have to think.
What you're saying
it just gets converted into T-coin.
I could earn 100 game coins for 100 fucking fanny coins, and because it's all under the same.
I mean, if you earned 100 fanny coins, specifically,
I mean, don't knock it.
Impressed.
What game were you trying to get to?
It was 26 minutes in the
Champions League final. Want to see Mo Salah? Give him fucking hand salad for Mo Salah. Go on.
So then, obviously, I'd then have, say, I earned 100 gaming coins, but then in this whole ecosystem, they'd now be worth, say, 2 T-coins.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't ever have to transfer them. That's just the value they're backed by.
Sure. And the reason that gaming coins are better than taxi coins, for example, is that gaming coins are better at, it's better for like peer-to-peer or something like that, which I imagine would be a more important thing. Yeah. Whereas with you, peer-to-peer isn't necessarily important because you're doing one taxi, one transaction. Yeah. But with you might want to have more flexibility about, surge charging and stuff like that. Yeah. Whereas gaming coin won't be asked about that because $5 to them is $5 or whatever. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So all of these currencies are all of these coins, I should say, are all different. They have different utilities depending on the industry which they serve. But then they all sort of get traded. Like umbrellas. Yeah, they're all traded and they all hold themselves under one umbrella. That could be the future of this. And instead of you, because if you think about it, it genuinely doesn't make sense that in America, if I go with £10,000 in my pocket in America, I can't spend it. I can't buy a Coke. That doesn't make any sense. No. That's senseless.
Why is it senseless? Because
then you have to use the banks or an exchange rate to then exchange it, and in doing so, you lose a bit of value.
I understand why. I understand why it exists. It's a different country. Yeah. But when you break down the fact that it's a different country, it is senseless.
Oh yeah, now it is. Yeah, because we live in a new world where people travel.
If you had the chance to be king of the world, and you had 2 choices, you went, number 1, we're going to keep what we've got. Every country has their own currency. Enjoy. Or number 2, we're just going to have one. everyone would go, yeah, the second one sounds easier.
The first one, divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer.
Don't want anyone getting power, do you? You know what I mean? Keep them all
UK,
separate.
Great Britain. Yeah, keep it great.
Freddie, once you're the king of the world, you got to watch for these things, you know what I mean? You'd be thrown out of power instantly.
I wouldn't fucking cope with King of the World, to be honest. Actually, I think I would, because what I'd do is I would very much micromanage.
Okay.
So I'd be like, listen, I'm king of the world, but I don't want to do anything. So you 12, I was going to say you 12 guys, you 6 men and 6 women, of which there is, of all the different colours in the rainbow, and also one with a disability, and also one who is neurodiverse, and also one who is on the LGBT, 2 that are on the LGBT spectrum. You people, folks.
You wouldn't have one of every LGBTQ+.
No, because I've only got 12 fucking seats on this council. Jesus,
UN's looking a bit mad now, innit?
No, I'll have what I'd do is I'd have somebody who is non-binary, and I'd have the fattest lesbian I could find, like proper, like one that looks like Rob. Do you know what I mean?
So what you do is having 2 that are non-binary, but 1 by choice.
Oh, fucking hell. But yeah, that's what I'd do. That'd be my council of the world. I go, you guys sort it out amongst yourselves.
And I'll just look at it.
Once a month, I want you to send me a weekly. How's it?
Once a month, a weekly update.
Yeah.
So it's already 3 weeks out of date when you get it.
Send me, yeah. This is how little I
care. German's gone to war again.
Yeah. Once a month, I want you to send me a weekly update. and I've not missed the week. I've not misspoken. I just want you to know that you have to do that, because I want you to know who's in charge.
I'm the man still.
I want you to know that you're doing something pointless because I fucking asked you to do it. Because I don't want power going to your heads. Once a month, a weekly update, motherfuckers. See us in a bit. Contact me in March. Goodbye. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell. The way they go to shit, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah, if you were in charge, yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon I'd do all right, actually.
How long do you reckon you'd last?
My lifetime.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Before the mutiny?
I reckon it'd be a dynasty.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Because what I'd do, first things first.
Quinn dynasty.
So here's the thing. Quinnesty.
The Quinnesty.
So what I'd do is, right.
TM.
So do you remember, do you remember there'd be stories of new bosses going into an office, right? And in order to assert their dominance, they would pick one person and fire them on the spot instantly. Yeah. And there were even stories about people hiring them a couple of weeks before, just so that they could be fired. And the guy, it'd be the first meeting and whatever, and some guy would be talking, and he'd go, "Stop talking." And then the guy would be like, "Oh, well, I don't know who this new guy thinks he is." He goes, "You, pack your bags and leave." And it was always going to be the plan. It was set up, right? I'd do something similar. I'd be king of the world, and I'd just obliterate one country.
Just annihilate.
So I'd just be like, "Hey, Venezuela, what's with the fucking side eye?" And they'd be like, "We are not even doing anything. We're not even doing anything. You're king of the world. Hey, why are you shouting? I do
my room. Stop raising your voice.
You know, like when your mum does when she wants to give you an argument. What are you shouting for? Lower your voice.
Don't raise your voice.
No, we are not raising our voices. No, we are very respectful. What's with your attitude today? What's with your attitude? We have no attitude, Mr. Senor King of the World. Right, do you know what? Fuck off.
Boom.
Fuck off. And all the other countries go, Jesus Christ.
Shouldn't have given the side.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to fucking stay.
This guy is serious.
You know, like they do with Kill Bill, where Lucy Liu runs on the table and fucking slices the dude's heads off. The price is your fucking head, Venezuela.
You can tell my porn searches because I'm sitting here thinking, fit women in Venezuela. Let's fit women. Latinas. Couldn't you done like Scotland or somewhere?
Fuck you, Scotland.
Somewhere where they don't fancy women from.
No, but the thing is, though, is if someone goes, you have to pick a country that other people go, "Oh, geez." Because if someone goes, "Hey, I've got rid of Scotland," people are like, I mean, it was coming. It was coming.
We were openly doing it.
It was coming. It was coming.
You pushed it along.
It's probably for the best, to be honest. This guy's got some. Yeah, I
like him.
I'm not afraid of him. He's got bold ideas.
I wonder what else he'll come up with.
Yeah. It has to be a country that people go, "What did Venezuela do?" Well, in Scotland, they go, I watched Train Spotting. It's no big loss. It's no big loss.
It was on its way down anyway. It was on the decline.
So, as we sort of sum up, have we managed to convince you, Rob, that cryptocurrency is a thing?
All you've done really with your explanation is what you explained to me is Mickey Mouse coins in Disney World.
Nice, that.
And it's just like, oh yes, so that we're all just going to have our own coins. We're all just going to have Mickey Mouse coins. You know, when you go to Disney World, you have to swap for Mickey Mouse dollars. And it's like, yeah, fine.
Do you know what that is?
That is literally what
that is
what we're
such
do.
a fucking scam, isn't it? Because they
exactly
don't let you fucking swap them back, do they?
No. Oh, bring them in.
There's
Yeah, give us your money.
Yeah.
Coins.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's so fucking
Take them
smart.
home. Take them
Oh,
home.
mate, they know.
Put them in your memory box.
They know exactly what they're
60
doing.
quid worth of Mickey Mouse dollars, and you gotta put them in a memory box.
Is there like a thing? I've not been to Disney World as an adult, but
Never been.
Is there like a? Oh well,
I'm a deprived child.
I think I've spoken about this on a previous episode. What my parents did is they saved up to go, but it took them so long to save up. I was like 15 by the time I went, and I was like, yeah, the moment of magic has long since fucking
Mickey
gone.
Mouse is fake, isn't he? It's a man in a suit.
I don't want to get a hug off Goofy. I want to finger women in the park. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
that's a difficult thing because I've got a 61-year-old now. I'm like, right, do we start saving to go to America when he's 3 or 4? Or
no, you don't want 3 or 4. You don't want 3 or 4.
Sure
The perfect time is between 7 and 10. I think that's the perfect time.
Yeah.
But also as well,
Freddie has an opinion. He's never had children.
No, I've never had children.
But
No.
7, 10,
7 and 10, perfect age. I remember
he
from when I
knows.
was that age.
He knows for definite.
any younger than that, they're not going to really remember. Any older than that, they're like,
Just
yeah,
want to
I'm
finger
past
people
it.
in the park, yeah.
I'm past it. I think between 7 and 10. But I didn't know. So I know that they have like Mickey Mouse currency, but like, and I know that you can't trade it back, fucking scam. But do they have that thing that they have in airports where they have a big fucking glass circle and they go, oh, put your spare money in here.
Yeah.
We'll give it to sick kids or whatever.
Well, you know, you're saying you can't trade the Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Going back, you can. You just trade it with the people who stay in the park.
Oh, okay.
You know, like you put your bus pass.
Yeah, you just become.
You finish your bus pass at like 4 o'clock in the day.
Yeah, lad.
Yeah, anyone want that?
That is when, by the way,
that is just with Mickey Mouse coins.
That is when not being Scouse is a massive advantage.
Yeah.
So being Scouse,
buy Mickey Mouse coins off a Scouse.
Being Scouse is twice as much of an advantage in Liverpool and Merseyside, right? But when you're in America in Disneyland and Rob Thomas comes up to you and goes, here there, lads, I've got some fucking Mickey Mouse coins there, boy.
Just a little bit for
it's fucking, honestly, lad, right, listen, you'd be fucking paying about $500 for these, but honestly, I'll let them go for 3. And some fucking guy in Kent's like, well, I'm not sure if we can...
should we trust him?
Excuse me, Penelope, I don't know whether or not this is a good idea, you know.
Dude,
Should we go to the correct place to trade in?
Everyone's purchasing them coins.
Yeah, but not from a Scouse in an
I'm
alleyway
telling
in
you,
Disneyland.
You reckon?
That,
I'll tell you what we'll do, right? Me and you will both stand.
Patreon special.
And I don't even...
1,000 Disney,
and
1,000 Mickey Mouse bucks.
And
here's... You sells the most.
And here's what we'll do, right? You can just have it in your Scouse accent.
Yeah.
And I will dress as an actual paedophile. So I will...
So no difference.
Just goes like that.
So
hi, kids.
I will wear tiny little fucking leather hot pants, a little crop top that says...
Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Don't want to miss this.
That says like "Children are my fave" or something, and those big white Dennis Nielsen glasses. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll rub my nipple by the entrance
with the Queen,
and I'll go. Anyone want to buy some Mickey Mouse coins? And I guarantee I will get rid of them quicker than here, lads. I've got a fucking deal for you, there, kids.
Yeah, no, I know. We'll be sound.
No, I will get rid of him before you will.
You might even win a kid from it as well. No, mate, I don't want your coins, but you can have me kid.
How much do you get for your 1,000 Mickey Mouse coins? Well, this 8-year-old.
I've now got a son.
Yeah, trust me, not a son.
Yeah, not son. Not son. Not son. No.
Amazing.
Right, okay.
Can't wait to see it.
Well, I feel like this has reached a natural conclusion. I didn't think that we'd be talking about this at the beginning.
Can we answer my question? So, Endgame.
Yeah.
When do you think?
I think 2030.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
And do you think 2030 will be when centralised government brings out its own coin?
I think
or we all
before
adopt
then.
something?
I think by 2030 there'll be a mass adoption of the general public with cryptos. Everyone will actually have some.
Do you think that crypto will exist now that we'll all end up using? Or?
Yeah, but I think one of them will be around that we use
but
certain something.
You're saying mass adoption,
I honestly think
though.
I think some sort of government, centralised government, will take over Bitcoin And all of the thing that's
but Bitcoin.
No, that's what I mean. No, you're saying they can't.
Yeah,
but they'll just pretend.
But listen,
because with the way it's built, you cannot own Bitcoin. You cannot own the system, the blockchain.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is basically what they're going to do is buy the Bitcoin brand.
And
they'll just call it Bitcoin because but
there's no owner.
It's got the consumer trust in it. But what I'm saying is all the Bitcoin that already exists, that'll be worthless. They'll just bring out their own and call it Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin has got that sort of
backing already.
The consumer trusting already. So what they'll do is go, we bought Bitcoin, but then Bitcoins that were there before, it's all changed now, so they're worthless. If you want to cash them in, we'll give you this, just to like get them off the market, and then it'll just be a completely different thing called Bitcoin.
You reckon?
But Bitcoin seems to be the only. Bitcoin is the one that I think your mum knows about.
Everyone knows about it.
That's so true.
It's been going on since 2009.
Do you get what I mean? So I think the reason the adoption is the fact that it'll have enough public trust from people who know nothing about cryptocurrency to go, we're all using Bitcoin now.
Coinbase did a massive, just dead quick, done a massive marketing campaign, spent like $7 million on the Super Bowl, and all they done, remember the old DVD?
Oh my God, yeah.
Best bit of if you can get it, watch the Coinbase Super Bowl ad, because it bounces around, this QR code bounces around the screen for 3 minutes, and everyone's going, oh my God, hit the corner please, and it hits the corner and goes off. In that time, they went from 83 ranked on the App Store to number 2. They crashed their app with the amount of downloads from it.
Because it was a QR code, you scanned it and they give you
15 quid worth of Bitcoin, I think it was.
Yeah.
And that's mass adoption happening on a global scale.
It's really fucking clever, though.
So clever.
It's really clever.
Don't do a mad advert, just do a barcode bounce around the screen.
I mean, people think
the reason that works is because no one else was doing it.
But it's nostalgia as well. You see that and go, oh my God, that was the DVD screen.
But what's clever about it as well is it's the nostalgia of its target market. Yeah. So it's not the nostalgia. It wouldn't have worked if you did, I don't know, fucking...
Frozen or Shrek.
But I mean, if you did, for example, like Magic Roundabout, or a parody of that, because it's a bit too old. Whereas the DVD thing is that's the
sweet spot.
That's the bit.
Well, they're also the people that you want to be buying crypto now.
Millennials. You want millennials to buy it because they have the money to buy it. And
the brains to obviously look into it themselves.
The brains to understand it. You don't want your nan.
Yeah, but we're also naturally lazy, so we'll just go with whatever they tell us to.
Yeah. Well, this is it. But like your nan who still can't read her emails properly. You don't want. Oh, sorry, is this my wallet? You're like, oh Jesus,
just leave. Send the Bitcoin to me now. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, if you had to pick very quickly before we go, if you had to pick one coin for everyone to invest in, and it can't be anything that you hold. Yeah, fucking threw that in there.
Bastard.
What would be the one?
Do not buy any coins that I do not hold.
What would be the one where you go? Because the reason I'm asking that is because he's got no skin in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, firstly, let me just put it out there. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. Do not hold me up if your house gets spun because you put it all on fucking Shiba Inu or whatever. What I would say is make sure you look at the utility on all these coins and what they're actually doing. But I'd say Solana was a good one to go with. I don't actually hold any Solana, but Solana can run NFTs.
Named after the Peruvian Newcastle player.
Was it actually?
No, Solano.
Fuck off. Getting a history lesson on a crypto. It was named after a football player.
One of its big utilities are widely known that he actually plays saxophone.
Yeah.
What, he used to play trumpet or something?
Mate, I've just bought 3,000 Laurent Robert coins.
He comes and delivers them to your house. Personally,
I've got an NFT of Philip Albert's chip.
Oh, fucking hell. Who wants to buy me Bafferton B. Gomez coins?
That's all I'd say on that.
I didn't think that we'd be ending this with obscure fucking references to Newcastle players.
The weird thing is now, I want to ask him something about NFTs. I want to know how can I get an NFT of Kevin Keegan going, and they've got to go to Middlesbrough, and I'd love it if we beat them. So who owns that Sky owner? So I've got to get that off Sky, that footage off Sky, and then buy it in.
To be fair, if you owned that moment in history, I find that really cool.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it would be really cool.
Like, how would I then turn that into an NFT?
You need to go and speak to him.
Do you know what?
Do
you know what bit I would own from football history? What random bit I would own from football history? No, that's not a goal or anything like that. It's just a random thing. It's the bit where Alan Pardew is giving a no. It's when he's commentating on. He's providing post-match analysis on Michael Essien tackling somebody, and he goes, and if you look there, he absolutely rapes him. That's the bit that I would own. It's so funny. He goes, and he absolutely rapes him, and you can tell that he just says it, and then he's like, oh dear.
I'm getting sacked in the morning.
But amazingly, nothing really happened off the back of it.
Wow. You say that now. Cancelled.
It must have been. It must
back soon.
Imagine if I was the person that broke down Alan Pardew's career.
Hannibal the rest of Bing Crosby.
And not himself. Right, okay, very quickly before we go, Kram, where can people find you?
Triple Kram on Insta or Kram Visuals on Instagram.
And Bobby T, what do you want to promote? T-Coin?
You can find me anywhere on social media at Rob Thomas Comedy. You can follow me, get onto my podcast, another one podcast, me and Sam Wozniak. Very funny. Freddie's been on it. That was a good episode.
We're doing a poker special soon, aren't we?
Sunday, yeah. We're doing a poker special. That's going to take all of Freddie's money. It's going to be great.
Magical money.
I'm a much better poker player than you, so I'm not bothered about that. So
it's fine. You're not. Right. Well, we'll find that out when you come to the Patreon and watch the Patreon special when they take all of Freddie's money. Even though he's determined to think he won't, his own demise will be his cockiness.
His own demise will be his cockiness. You fucked that up then. You meant his cockiness will be his own demise. His own demise will be his cockiness. His own demise will be his cockiness.
It still works. Another one podcast.
And if you've enjoyed this, then please consider signing up to the Patreon. It's £1 a week, £4 a month, and for that you get access to an extra episode every single week. You get access to Discord servers, you get early access on episodes, you get to ask guest questions, you get loads and loads of stuff. We did an NFT giveaway. We're doing Hooli giveaway.
Has anyone sold one of them NFTs?
No, we're all holding at the moment.
To the moon.
Yeah,
Legacy collection to the moon.
And also as well, you get to help keep the podcast going, and that's the main thing. Thank you ever so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This podcast has been sponsored by Outlier Distillery. They are the makers of the fantastic Hooli Manx White Rum, which is available right now on their Outlier Distillery website for just £34. And there's an extra discount code for everyone that listens to this podcast. Just enter Pigoted at checkout and you get yourself 20% off. Now, this was a company that was actually started in lockdown, and they make some fantastic drinks. I am a huge fan of this Hooli Manx White Rum. As you can see, I've drunk nearly most of it already. It's a really strong flavour, and it goes great in cocktails and daiquiris and rum and cokes. So if you are a big drinker, if you're a fan of alcohol and you like white rum, then get yourself down to Outlier Distillery's website and get your code 20% off by entering Pigoted at checkout. This episode of Pigoted Podcast was sponsored by Taylor's Toys. Now, for OG listeners of the show, you'll know Taylor's Toys. They've been sponsoring us since the beginning. They are a sex toy company that specialise in making high quality produce, like you grow it. You know, they make good products that don't fall apart after a couple of uses, but they're at decent, reasonable prices as well. You can head over to taylorstoys.co.uk right now, check out the amazing range that they've got on offer, and if you enter the discount code PIGOTED at checkout, you get 20% off and you get free delivery on orders over £25. It is a fantastic thing to do, especially with Valentine's Day just round the corner. Head yourself over to taylorstoys.co.uk and spice some things up in the bedroom.